Hi, so this is a section on stretching. Miriam, talk a little bit about our goals for stretching.
And a lot of the things that we do during the day, you'll find that we're carrying tension in our necks, shoulders, uh, rib cage. We want to release as much of that tension as possible. We're able to sing most efficiently when we're as relaxed as possible and when we've released tension. And these are places that are really bad for singing. And when you're sitting at a computer and you're sitting like this all day, and this is uh, being really hard on my neck. So everything that we're going to go through today, everything that we go through as a choir is releasing those areas where you tend to hold tension throughout the day.
For anyone who's sung in a choir with Miriam and me, these will be very familiar, but we just want to walk you through them, point out a few things that are pitfalls so that you're doing them correctly. Because one of the things you're missing now is somebody actually watching you do this and pointing out ways that you might be working against yourself. So the first one is something that we always do in choir. It's a little bit hard for you to see, but it's important that your feet be directly under your shoulders, and you don't want one foot in front of the other, but in a straight line that's parallel to the rest of your body. So just comfortable with the part and straight together. Make sure your hands are hanging naturally at your side. Right away, think about your shoulders and whether they are released, that you're not doing something like this. Okay, now we're going to do the exercise, which we always do. Miriam's going to do it with me. We're going to slowly bring our hands up and over our heads. This is expanding the rib cage. Now I'm going to squat down a little bit so that you can actually see what I'm doing. I'm twining my fingers together and pushing up towards the ceiling. So I'm feeling a stretch in in the sides of my body and in my arms. I'm also feeling a lot of stress on my knees right now. So straight up, but we're out of the thing. All right, so we're going to push up toward the ceiling. I also like to do a little climbing the ladder thing that I got from Mr. Rogers. We're just stretching those sides. And now slowly, maybe to a count of 8, bring the arms down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5, 9, 10. But just do that slowly at your own pace. What you don't want to do is just drop, because as with all kinds of things, you're trying to work a little bit against gravity and release slowly. A little tip here is also to be careful that your shoulders don't stay up as you bring your arms down. That would be a natural thing to have happen. So what I try to do is to think of my head floating towards the ceiling as my arms and shoulders drop. So that would be the first exercise. Miriam, let's demonstrate now the neck stretch. I'm going to say the opposite of what I'm doing so that you can look at the screen and you can do the same thing as though you're looking in a mirror. So you're going to raise your left hand and put it over your right ear, and now lean to your left and feel the stretch in the right part of your neck. Really feel a stretch, and perhaps feel as though you're holding some kind of weight that's pulling down in your right arm. And stay there for a few seconds, at least to a count of 10 or 12, longer if you like, until you start to feel extra stretch in those muscles and a bit of release. Good. Then slowly change. So now it's your right hand over your left ear, and you're pulling towards the right, feeling the stretch in the left part of your neck, and a weight in your left hand, arm, pulling down, pushing down, however you feel that, and looking for that to expand. Don't overstretch. You'll see Miriam's ear is almost touching her shoulder. Mine barely gets there because I'm old and stiff, and she's young and limber. So just do what
It's
you.
also it's also important to remember to keep breathing through your stretch. And you never, just like Dad is saying, you never want to go too far. You should feel that you're stretching, but you don't want it to feel painful.
Good. So that's that. So here's another kind of exercise that I find helpful for opening the rib cage and improving alignment. We don't often do this in choir rehearsal, but this is a good one to do on your own. So we're going to bend from the hips, so quite low, keeping the back straight. And then we're going to go down slowly, let your arms hang loose, and just over, again, as far as you can go comfortably. It's okay to bend your knees. Don't feel so you have to keep them straight. Go as close to the floor as you can with your arms hanging loosely. I'm disappearing from the image. Let your arms hang loosely and just shake them out like a rag doll. Shake your head like a rag doll. Just stay down there a bit. And now very slowly, we're going to stand up, feeling as though we're stacking the vertebrae of our spine almost like coins in a stack. Very slowly rolling that spine up. And then in a continuous movement, bring your arms up at about the same pace that you did with your spine until they're over your head. You can repeat the stretch and the climbing of the ladder movement that we had before. And now slowly, you can bring your arms down to your side, slowly, slowly, feeling the stretch in your neck and the shoulders release until they're down at the side. And then you'll see that you have a really good alignment and a really good opening. And you can also tell how much weight you've put on during the pandemic. You might want to keep that up for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes a day. Then the main object, as Miriam said, is to release tension in the places that we most hold it. This is really important before you sing, because any kind of tension, any kind of extra muscle activity is going to inhibit your singing. So you want to try to get rid of that as much as possible and keep monitoring it while you sing.